Hello, this is Oksana. This is going to be another collaboration video that I'm doing with Andrea, who is Shudra Stargleam here on YouTube, and Terry, and I will leave a link to all of their videos below. So this particular video is going to be about face products, and I actually don't have that many to show you. I tried to pick no more than one from each category. There is one category that I have two things from, but that's the only thing. And because, you know, I feel like it wouldn't really be helpful to be like, and here's my favorite 5 cream foundations, because then you'd probably be like, well, which one is your favorite, you know? So that's, I tried to really kind of narrow down, because I have a lot, especially of foundations and concealers. So I tried to think, which ones do I use the most and which ones are my favorites? And it kind of depends on the circumstances a little bit when I wear each one of these, and so that's why I have more than one foundation. But basically these are the things that are kind of my go-to. So I'll start with foundation, and I really love the Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals. You can see how much I've used. This is my favorite liquid foundation currently, and has been, you know, ever since I bought it. I really like it. I feel like 3 pumps gives me good coverage. It is aloe based. It's hydrating without being oily or greasy. I just really like this. It looks like my natural skin. It can kind of sink in and emphasize pores a little bit. If you have a problem with that, I do notice that sometimes, like in this area, and I just avoid putting any kind of luminizing powders in that area, and that kind of takes care of it, because I don't really have like a huge problem with pore size. But if I did, then maybe this wouldn't be my favorite foundation. But overall, I just love it. It's easy to use. My skin loves it. I have no reaction to it. It's wonderful. The biggest downside, I would say, is that it's $50, which is a lot. And you do kind of use it up slowly. I mean, I still have a decent amount left. Probably if you didn't use 3 pumps like me, like 3 pumps is plenty for your face. I use too much just because I want to build up coverage. But if you wanted less coverage and you just wanted to use like 1 pump to really stretch it, you know, then obviously it would last longer. So that is my favorite liquid foundation. My favorite cream foundation is, I picked 2, and I'll tell you why. So the first one is the Erzuli Perfect Match Cream to Powder Foundation, and I absolutely love this. I just recently did a video where it's a review and a demonstration of me putting it on. So if you want to see, I'll link it below, kind of more in detail. I'll link my review of this as well, and my demo down below. So I love this, but the biggest downfall is that it takes a long time for me to get this to look perfect on my face. But if I put in the time and effort, then this gives me amazing coverage. It looks really natural, just like natural skin. Both of these have that kind of natural finish where it's not dewy, but it's not too matte. And I just think it's excellent. But the problem is, sometimes if I'm in a real hurry, I don't necessarily have time to mess around and, you know, take my time to apply this right. So that's why I have a second cream foundation to show you, which is my Shell Minerals Cream Foundation in Ivory. This is a lot quicker and easier. It comes in a stick form, and, you know, I just go like this real quick and then blend it with some kind of sponge, just kind of blend it all over, and much quicker, much easier. It does have less coverage. It has a little bit more of a luminous finish, which I actually like because my skin's dry, so I like to have a little bit of that glow to my skin. Oh, I can't talk today. So my skin will look healthy and glowing. The biggest problem with this for me is the color is a little bit too pink and a little bit too dark. If this was actually a good, like a much better match for my skin tone, then I would just be in love with this foundation. So if they ever make a lighter, more yellow tone color, I will be so excited. But it's good enough, especially because I shear it out with a sponge, so it's a little bit off, but I feel like you can't really tell unless you're really looking, and you have to have like the right kind of lighting to really be able to tell, oh, that's not really your color. So I can get away with it is what I'm trying to say. So those are my favorite foundations. And I probably should have started with primer if you're gonna go, you know, in steps of how you apply your makeup, but I'm going a little bit out of order here. My favorite primer, I kind of looked through all the primers that I had, and I'm not really in love with any of them. And then I came across this, and I do remember really liking this. This is the Stratus, this is the mini Skin Perfector in number 902 from Vapor. So here's what it looks like. It has a tiny bit of like a pink iridescent luminosity to it. You pretty much can't see it when you apply it though, because it's pretty much translucent. But I like this because I feel like it works really good for my dry skin, this kind of solid form. This is the only solid primer that I own. All the other face primers are kind of a gel or liquid or cream, but like a liquidy, like a soft consistency. None are hard like this. And I feel like this actually really works well for dry skin because, you know, it's a little bit waxy, and sometimes that's what dry skin really needs to get that nice, to like tame down any dry patches, dry flaky areas. I feel like this just works really good, and it's all natural. It's not necessarily, it's not a silicone primer. It's not gonna hold your makeup, you know, for 24 hours or anything like that, but it is good in terms of making my especially powder look nice on my skin on top of this. The only problem with this is it's extremely expensive, considering you use it up really quick. So when they had this mini, I think it was like $15 or something like that, and I bought it and I only used it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm probably like halfway through it, so I've been saving it. This is all I have left if I turn it up all the way. So I'm saving it, but it ends up being, you know, like $3 a use on your face. So I'm probably not going to repurchase or use it that much unless I don't know, get a gift card to Vapor Beauty or something. But to me, is a little bit out of my price range, especially considering it gets used up so fast. If it lasted longer, I can kind of try and justify and be like, well, it'll last me for like a year, so I can drop that kind of money, but it's not. It's gonna last me for like a month if I buy the full size for like, what is it, like 40 or maybe even $50, I can't remember. So that's the biggest downfall, but it is kind of my favorite primer, so I thought that I would mention it. And then my favorite concealer, I will link my review of this down below. It is the Christopher Drummond Duo Phase Hydrating Concealer, and it's liquid in a pump, and the stuff is so amazing. If you are looking for an all-natural concealer, this is the best out of all the all-natural concealers that I've tried. And I've tried a lot. So this is just, it's so pigmented. It gives you such good coverage. It does crease a tiny bit underneath my eyes. Everything pretty much creases under there, but this is like the way less creasy out of anything else. And as long as I kind of blot it out of those creases, once it settles in there, then it's fine, you know, for the rest of the day. So this is just amazing. It's great on any kind of areas on your face you want to cover as well. This is just all-time favorite concealer. And I also really like to combine the two of these. I'll do like 2 or 3 pumps of this, and then I'll do just the teeniest, tiniest amount of that, of this concealer, and I'll mix them together to add coverage to this foundation, and that's wonderful as well. That's actually what I'm wearing today, is the mix of those two, and then I'm wearing this underneath my eyes. And now moving on to powder, I do really love the mix that I made. That's Lucy Minerals and Meow Cosmetics. I kind of mixed a few foundations together and I added some ingredients to it so it would press well, and I pressed it in a little compact. I have a little video on it which I can link for you below, but I didn't feel like it'd be right to show that product because it's not like a real product. It's just something that I mixed up. It's not really something that you can buy. It's not even something that I can probably replicate again if I tried, because I just kind of like mixed things until it looked right to me. So I felt like it probably wasn't right to include that, but I do really love Lucy Minerals foundation. So I thought that I would talk about this powder instead. This is a recent purchase. I've only used it for about a week, but I absolutely love it. And here is what it looks like. It is a baked all natural face powder. It is called Color Tones Baked Mineral Foundation. My color is Dover Beige and it has very lovely natural ingredients. It is mica based. It actually does not have any titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, and has lots of extracts, lots of lovely plant extracts in there. I bought this from, oh my gosh, what is that website called? Makeup Artist Choice, I can't think. And it is just a wonderful, wonderful powder. Let me swatch it for you real quick. So, oh, sorry about the mirror blinding you, but I wanted to kind of show you the powder and what it looks like on my finger. It just has a very natural finish. It has pretty light coverage. It has maybe a little bit of a luminous glow to it, but it just looks so natural on my skin. Like I cannot even tell that I'm wearing it when I wear it. And so I've been using it to set. Today I have it on to set my foundation and I love it. And then when I don't wear foundation, sometimes I'll just throw on a little powder and I'll put this on, and it's beautiful because it gives a little bit of coverage and it just looks really natural and luminous. And so I know I haven't had it for too long. I've only had it for a week, but I have just been loving it so much that I thought that I would include it in this video. And then the next two products are a bronzer and a highlighter, and they're both from Bare Minerals. This is a relatively recent product as well. I bought it during the Bare Minerals Friends and Family sale, so I probably only had it for like a week or two also. And this is the Deep End bronzer, which is the darkest bronzer that they have. And here's a nice little swatch. And it is like a chestnut colored bronzer. That's what the lady at the store said, and I thought that was a good description. They have two bronzers that are lighter, but this one has the least warmth to it. It is the least orange. And I also wanted a deeper color for contouring. That is primarily why I bought this bronzer. And I am wearing it today. I used it to contour my nose. I used it to contour my cheekbones. I used it, you know, right here to contour my forehead. I have it a little bit underneath my chin as well. So I just really love it because it looks natural, it's not too orange, it blends out well, but it is dark, so it's easy to kind of put like a line, you know, like say you're doing your nose, you just put a line down your nose and then blend it out. I like to do that rather than have a really light bronzer made for really fair people and then, you know, try to kind of contour and then have to build it up and blend it out. And I feel like this is kind of quicker and easier to use a darker color for contouring, and it's better to use a lighter bronzer just if you're gonna dust something lightly all over. So that's how I use it. I absolutely love it. It looks really natural. It doesn't have shimmer. It has a little bit of a glow to it, but it's very subtle. It's like your natural skin kind of glow. It's for the most part matte or like a suede kind of finish, so I really like it. And then this is my favorite highlighter, the Love Affair. It's just a beautiful pink with golden glow to it. I've already used it a bunch, kind of ruined the pretty little design in there, but here is what it looks like. I wear this a lot as blush, but I also really like this all over when I'm wearing a highlighter. I also have this in the golden color. I forget what that's called, but for some reason I have been just attracted to the pink color more, and I am wearing it today. I have it down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my cheekbones, a little bit on my chin, just kind of your standard highlighting places, and I just really like it. So So that is it. Those are my favorite face products, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.